Chisel Multimedia Corporation in beautiful downtown Smyrna.
Hey, what are you doing? This isn't keeping it real.
Hey, what is
this? This is Mr. Entertainer, baby.
Mr. Entertainer. I thought this was the Keeping It Real show.
Well, we retired Keeping It Real.
You mean I'm retired?
You're retired, Dad.
What's my name?
Great.
Where am I?
I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
I tell you, this is a great facility. I just want to thank the Lord for Matt and Janae Patterson,
right,
and everybody behind the scenes, man. This is a new turning point for us.
Yeah, brand new studio, brand new setup, but we're going to still have the highest quality shows possible coming to you.
We've got a few quirks we got to work out.
Yeah.
But you got to move the mic. They're actually doing some sound checks and some working on getting the feed going live. We've had a little bit of problem there. And but you know, it just takes time, man. Everything's trial and error, and you know that we've been through trial and error with this network. Well, see there?
With the mic, that's trial and error. Right on cue.
Right on cue. Try not to move the table.
Yeah,
okay.
This is but I can levitate. I'm a magician.
You forgot your tricks.
Yeah, you're right.
But that's okay, Dad. Listen.
I'm just glad I'm your first guest at the new studio.
Well, you know, I was thinking about turning points in our life, and you know, almost 5 years ago, you know, I started the radio network, and 4 years ago we started the web TV thing, and that is
my suggestion.
Yeah, we met Al Burrows, and
right.
He sparked us, you know, and influenced us, and inspired us, and we started Keeping It Real, and from there, my gosh, we've had unbelievable amount of shows.
Yeah.
You know, Dan Glazer, Comics on Parole, Chris Madsen's Music Show, Vanessa's Audio Prism, Helen Carlisle, Laugh, Love, and Live, your show. And, you know, we had Barry Tolbert, we had Dawn Causey, we've had so many other shows. We got Meg Scott in Texas, we got Janae Patterson going to be coming up with her own show now.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's the beauty of it, is it's such a pioneering industry, and you know, the people want their presence, but they don't know, you know, how to get it out there, and that's where we come in.
Right.
And it's I think we created something just by a fluke, actually.
Well, actually, there's been some, I think, divine leadership.
Talk to them.
To a certain extent, yeah, because we've given the everyday person an opportunity to have their own television show, which is unheard of. You know, you don't have to audition. All you have to do is have a great message and a great idea, and we'll put it into a great show format. And of course, we do all of the background professionally, the production, the direction. We've got people working in the...
What's our time, Janae? What time do we start?
Well, 6:15. Yeah. We got people working behind the scenes that are very high-tech.
How much time are we on now?
It's 6:19.
We're at 6 minutes in? Okay. We're going to run it about 25 minutes today.
Okay.
So we got Chris Massey coming in.
This will be the introduction to his show.
Well, you know, I thank the Lord for Chris Massey, man. He's had a great following. It's opened up a lot of doors for him with his show and being able to meet a lot of people in the entertainment business. And, you know, Chris, you know, we wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for people like Dan Glazer and Helen Carlisle and Chris Massey and Vanessa Huntley and Meg Scott and Leon John Jock and all these other great people that are on board with us. Our production engineers, you know, it's a real collective effort. And
well, one thing Chris has brought to the table that's been new and unique is that mullet-headed character he does.
Leon Smoker.
Leon Smoker.
Yeah, people love that guy. Anyway, listen,
4 minutes in.
I was talking about some turning points, and, you know, it was Mother's Day yesterday, and, you know, I want to say, you know, I love my stepmom, Barbara, your wife, and I know Mom's up there in heaven looking down on us and smiling. And I was talking to you about Lee Bird, which that was a turning point in my life when I met Earl Hayes, DJ Lee Bird, out in Ohio on my travels with Tory Entertainment. And he sparked the interest to start the radio network.
I remember that.
And I remember getting on the phone with you, and I was so excited. You told me, slow down, take it one step at a time, explain this to me. And you did. You opened up your heart and you believed in what I was wanting to do, and we took it step by step. But now, you know, I met Lee Bird, and he was a turning point in my life.
Yeah.
Now he's working at the same place that you met Mom at the U-505 submarine in the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago.
Isn't that amazing?
So, you know, and it was weird because when I was working with Touring Entertainment, I went up to the Playboy Club up in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin and called you. And that's where you and Mom had your honeymoon.
That's right.
So there's all these weird little turning points in our lives.
Weird connections to the past.
You never know who you're going to meet or where you're going to meet them. And if you wouldn't have been at that right place at the right time at the U-505 submarine, I wouldn't be here.
That's one way to put it.
You know?
That's for
When
sure.
you told me when I was born, the only thing you could vividly remember was that you were in the waiting room watching the Titanic, and when the movie,
Yeah.
yeah,
When
and
it sank,
when
you
He
arrived.
said it's a boy. What does that mean? I don't know. There's going to be something big.
It's going to be big.
It's going to be big.
Bring on the elephants. Bring on the elephants.
Well, you gave.
It's a circus, man.
I mean, did you ever think that your son would grow up to be Mr. Entertainer?
No, but you were hyper as a kid and you were very artistic, so I think this is the perfect outlet for you. And the people you've met along this path have been incredible.
Yeah.
And they continue to be that way. And we're at our new studio here at Chisel Entertainment. And I'm very, very impressed with Matt, the owner. He's been so helpful and kind.
Great guy.
You know,
Him and Bruce are working real hard
Yeah.
right now behind the scenes. They're trying to work out the glitches.
I really think you guys are going to make a lot of good things happen that maybe you're not even aware of at this point. You know, it's just as opportunity arrives, you just recognize.
Well, it was like
take
you know,
advantage of it.
those turning points. You meet
Yeah.
those certain people at certain points in time that end up catapulting you into all different directions. You know, at places you never thought you'd go. I mean, you never knew that you'd meet the girl that you'd end up marrying and having 5 children from.
Yeah.
I went to the public supermarket and met my ex-wife, you know, in the check cashier line. I was flirting with her, and who'd have known she'd give me 2 wonderful daughters, and you know, and now I've got a grandson. I mean, it's just weird, those turning points in your life when you meet those certain people that actually change your life forever.
Well, I think if you believe that fate, F-A-T-E, has a lot to do with it, and faith.
Faith and faith, absolutely.
Yep.
Well, the whole network's been built on faith, and Dad, I want to say thank you for having faith in me.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. This is only scratching the surface. I think you got a long way to go.
Well, I want to interview you a little bit.
All right.
All right. Now,
Getting paid for this?
I'll send you a check.
Checks in the mail.
Checks in the mail. Now, you served in our military in the U.S. Navy. You were on a destroyer.
Yeah.
USS Taconic. You traveled around the world. Tell us a little bit about that. How old were you, and what brought that all about?
I wanted to get out of the neighborhood on the west side of Chicago. I couldn't wait to leave, and I left for the Navy when I turned 17 to see the world because I had this adventurous streak in me. And I was lucky enough to get assigned to actually the Taconic AGC-17 was an amphibious command ship. And I did a 9-month Mediterranean cruise on it in 1962. And that was quite an experience. I celebrated my 18th birthday pulling into Genoa, Italy for a 3-day liberty.
Wow.
And never forget that day. It was stormy out, and as we were backing up to the dock, we hit a cruise ship. And our executive officer was at the helm, and we just tapped the cruise ship. But, you know, it was a big incident because they were full of passengers. So he hit the general alarm, and the captain jumped out of his bunk and came up in his underwear. And all of the people on the cruise ship saw this Navy captain in his skivvies, which was a pretty funny deal. But anyway, that
Beautiful memory.
beautiful memory, yeah. And then I got back from overseas and I started corresponding with your mom when I was overseas.
Started dating.
Yeah, and that was in July, I think, and I was scheduled to come back to the U.S. in September. When I got back, our home port was Norfolk, Virginia, and on the weekends, weekend liberty, I used to hitchhike from Norfolk, Virginia to Chicago.
To see Mom.
See Mom.
That's cool.
In the winter.
Wow.
And blizzards.
Well, that's love.
That's love, man. I'll tell you, I'd leave at noontime, early liberty in Norfolk, and get there about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And I didn't want to wake anybody up, so I got into your grandfather's car and slept in it in the driveway until dawn. Froze my butt off, but you know, it was all worth it.
Well, when you got out of the Navy and you met Mom and you guys ended up dating and actually getting married, and then I came along. You were involved with, let's see that phone. That you handed to me.
Oh, we have a sponsor.
Yeah,
New sponsor calling. How about
Here we
that?
got Chris Massey calling. His show's coming up next. Hey Chris, we're live, baby. What's up, man?
You can tell this
Can't
is
find a place?
unscripted, folks.
Let me let you talk to Janae. She'll guide you in. That's Chris Massey.
This is live TV. Anything can happen.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
Now, when did you become a police officer?
I got home from the Navy in September.
Tell them, not me.
September of '62, and I took the police test in '64 and scored pretty high on it. Out of 2,500 people taking the test, and I got called and put in the academy in July of '65.
Wow.
You came along in May of '64.
Yeah.
So you were less than a year old when I joined the police department.
Now look at me now. I'll be 53 this month.
Wow, unbelievable.
Here we go.
Life goes by quickly, doesn't it?
And you know, I'm so glad that you're here, Dad, and we have, you know, had the opportunity to get closer as father and son and be able to work together. A lot of sons and fathers don't get that opportunity, and it's a shame because you know, it's a wonderful thing when you can really be best friends with your dad, and you know, and vice versa. You know, I know you and I talk more now than we ever have. I mean, I lived a pretty wild life there for a long time, and you know, I went and did my thing, but now the whole network's brought us together. I want to thank Al Burrows for that. You know, Al brought us together. He was that turning point in our life.
Yeah, Al's a great guy.
I love Al.
I miss him, and I wish he was here, but he's gone on to bigger and better things in his career, so I wish him well.
Well, when you got out of the police force, how long were you in?
About 4 years.
About 4 years. You finally left that. I'm sure you just got tired of the violence and, you know, put yourself out there.
Well, I had an opportunity to get into the trucking industry and the safety and security end of it, which was a good opportunity. I didn't want to pass up, so that's kind of how that came about.
You became a truck driver and basically raised your family doing that.
Yeah, and then I got into the safety aspect of it, the security aspect of it, so.
How much time we had, Janae?
That added.
All right. 12 minutes in.
12 minutes in? Cool. We got,
12:37 and it's 6:30, 6:29.
all right, we got about another 10 minutes or so. Is there anything that...
If you want to.
Thank you for not harassing me about cutting my hair today.
No, it's okay. I've got plans for you when you're sleeping.
Well, here's the one thing is you were a truck driver for many years, and I remember as a little kid going there and watching you pull into the truck terminal and, you know, being all happy that Dad's home, and then you got into magic with Uncle Kaz.
Oh yeah, another.
And that was a turning point in your life as well.
Yeah, I got into doing magic. A friend of mine taught me the basics of it. We opened a bar in Chicago suburb and entertained people with close-up magic at the bar, and it evolved, and that was 42 years ago. And to this day, I am still doing shows every single week. It's been a blessing to me. In fact, I have an out-of-town show up in Dollywood this Wednesday night, a corporate event. And then this coming Saturday, May the 20th, me and Brian T. Shirley, world-famous comedian, who you know, he was on your show.
I introduced you to him.
Yeah. We're doing our magic and comedy and improv extravaganza at a winery up in North Carolina, outside of Charlotte, next Saturday night.
That's great, and it keeps you rolling, it keeps you moving, it keeps you fresh, and
Yeah.
you're still out there. You probably work more now being retired than you ever did.
I am. I'm staying very busy. I'm grateful, thankful, and I'm glad that you know, I've got this opportunity and the skill to make people happy by using magic and humor. And a lot of my shows are at assisted living facilities, senior living, and those folks really get it. You know, they have a great time.
Yeah, I did one of those with myself. You inspired me to do that, and it's very rewarding too, because you know, everybody needs to be entertained. You know, entertainment is the universal language.
Yeah.
And you know, especially if you're in a nursing facility or a place that, you know, you're really not out much anymore.
Right.
You're not able to get out a whole lot. But they have to be entertained, right? Isn't that part of the deal?
Yeah, you know, it's part of life. I mean, you gotta laugh, and that's what I bring is laughter. In most cases. There was one situation where I did a show at a church, and it was a senior group.
Are we coming through? Over there? Janae? Are you watching us come through? Are we running through live right now?
No, not on the site.
Okay, we're not?
No, we're trying to.
He's tweaking.
Still trying to fix
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Well,
We're
anyway,
gonna, after this show, we'll switch out.
Okay.
So anyway, I was doing a show at a senior group at a church several years ago, and this lady, as I was doing my show, trying to entertain everybody, she fell forward in the chair and wound up on the ground. I thought she died, but actually she fell asleep. And she woke up as soon as she hit the ground, so we just put her back in the seat and I kept on going, you know?
That's funny.
Yeah, I really thought that she peeled over and that was it. And I thought, well, you know, what better place to go than church? Right?
Yeah.
You're halfway there. I mean, all you got to do is one more step up and you're there.
Yeah, I did a nursing facility one time. I did a folk show, me and my buddy Dale. You know, he inspired us to do that. It actually kicked me off getting back into the entertainment thing.
Yeah.
And I remember when I did it, everybody was sleeping when we started. By the time the show was over, they were all jumping around and wheeling around. And
Yeah.
It's a great thing.
I've had some funny experiences. I remember doing one senior center, you know, and I'm setting up my thing in the kitchen area. And one of the old guys wheeled in, you know, and took his position and looked up at me and he says, "Hey, can I get the Florida State game on that thing?" And then I turned around and he was pointing at the microwave. So I said,
That's
"No,
funny.
but you know, you can try."
You can try. Exactly.
But
So
anyway.
where do you see this network going, Dad? I mean, I want to see your whole vision and words of wisdom, and since we've started and where we've evolved now, you see something really profound happening there?
Yeah, I do. I mean, you can leverage this to a lot of good causes, like the ones you've already done with the American Legion, the ones you've done fundraisers, the things.
Shriners Hospital,
Shriners Hospital. That's all great stuff.
Benefit concerts.
Yes, that you know, and you've got a great heart, and not everybody would do that, but you've got a great enough heart to do that.
We're on a mission from God, Dad.
Yeah, but I think that gets good name recognition, certainly, you know. It proves
I'm real passionate about this community outreach sanctuary project. I truly feel, you know, that God is using me and giving me a calling.
Yeah.
And he's providing me with a platform to be able to be the voice that I promised him that I would be when I was behind bars.
Yeah.
And so...
Well, you know, my vision for the network is I think that there's untold, I can't even begin to put a number on it, an untold number of people out there that would jump at the idea of getting their own television show. Look how successful YouTube has been.
Yeah.
I mean, that, we've taken the YouTube basic formula and wrapped it into a professional production.
Absolutely.
You know, people that go on YouTube film it in their home with a little camera. That's not professionally done. We take it another step further, and their show is professionally produced.
As best as we can get professionally and all family friendly and original formatting.
And we promote it.
We promote it.
And, you know, I see that just being a niche that continues to grow and grow as long as we continue to market to that demographic. And that demographic is all ages, both sexes, and now we've got studios in Texas, Jacksonville.
We got another one going to be kicking off in Alabama.
Smyrna, Georgia, and Alabama. We may have one in Chicago before it's too late down the road.
Talks right now about that.
So the growth is certainly there, and we're so fortunate to have good people who stayed with us since the beginning to have our show.
Well, like I said before, I thank God for Chris Massey and Dan Glazer and Helen and Vanessa and, you know, Meg and Leo and all the great people, you know, and a lot of great people we've had in the past. I thank God for Daryl Rhodes.
Yeah.
You know, Daryl was really the first guy that jumped on board and said, yeah, man, I want to have my own radio show. Let's do this, and brought paid sponsors in.
Yeah.
And It all begins with an idea and a vision.
I think we ought to say goodbye to the audience and prepare for Chris's show, because we want to make sure that we have everything operating properly.
That's
So we're
right.
going to need some time
How
to
much
make
time we
that
got in here right now? We're going to probably cut it short.
6:36. We are.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. We'll just close it out, huh? And prepare for Chris's show. Make sure all the components are working
6:37.
properly, so he can go on
21
time.
seconds. It was just like 12 minutes. Now it's 28 seconds.
Oh, it cuts off and cuts right back on after 12, 15 minutes.
Okay.
There's a little quick spot there that I'll have to, no big deal.
Gotcha. Okay. My wife to say 12 seconds.
Keep watching, everybody.
It probably went about 18, 19 minutes, something like that. And then but anyway, we're probably going to cut this episode a little short because we are here and we're here at Chisel Multimedia Studio in Smyrna, Georgia with Janae Patterson and Matt working hard behind the scenes to work out these glitches. As time goes on, we're going to have a lot of great shows coming out of this location. And I want to thank you for tuning in and supporting American Hearts Radio Entertainment Corporation. And I want to thank my father for being here.
I love you.
I love you too, Dad. And
Thanks, everybody.
remember, God loves you. And we'll see you. God bless.
Adios.
Rock and roll.